It is a couple days now into the banner and event, and it is going great. I think this event has been very explosive for this game, especially because it's the new year and whatnot. But I see a lot of popularity in this game right now with the upcoming event, so that's good. Anyways, I'm sure a few of you guys or some of you guys have questions about this banner right now and whether it's worth pulling or not. Now, I know some of you guys think this is common sense. It is common sense. I'm not gonna lie, it is common sense. But I'm going to make this video regardless. We're going to talk about the ships on this banner and if it's worth pulling or not. For some of you guys that are wondering, hey Kimo, I'm at like 2 cubes right now. Is it worth pulling in this banner? I'm going to tell you guys right now, yes it is. But you guys are going to ask about in depth why, so let's go ahead and talk about it. So, this event, Tower of Transcendence. The ships here, are they worth pulling for? Let's go ahead and do this one at a time. So, Ulrich von Hutten is going to be the first one here. The UR Gacha ship for battleships. The second one in the game as of right now. Iron Blood. High health at 100. Let's talk about 120 stats here. 9,513. A lot of health. 448 firepower. Very high as well too. Anti-air 252. A little bit shy there, but that's just Iron Blood in general for you. They have very lacking on anti-air, so it's still whatever. 178 on the reload. Pretty high up there. Evasion, we don't care about that. Heavy armor as always. Speed 30, accuracy 67, average. Luck is normal, and then oil payment is 17 as well too, also normal. Alright, so going down the list here, BB gone officially 155%. This is very high, by the way. I think the highest one is like Champagne right now at 160% or something, or something really high. I think Champagne is the highest one right now, but 155% is no joke, guys. That is very high efficiency for battleship gun. Light cruiser and DD guns 210%, that's normal, and anti-air is 90%, that's low, but again, that's just Iron Blood battleships and ships for you guys in general, so there is that. Permastat 2 health once you get her, and 1 reload. I hate this one the most, should have been firepower, but 1 reload for getting her to 120. Now talking about stats here, and skills, my bad. When this ship fires her main guns, 100% chance to fire a special barrage damage and is based on skill level. Enemies hit by this barrage decrease speed by 20% up to 30% for 3 seconds. Whenever an enemy gets within close proximity of the ship, fires a special barrage and whatnot. So basically it's just barrage spam, right? So she has multiples of them. I think there's like 3 ways or 2 ways to proc her barrage. If you're close or she fires her main gun, there is a lot of ways. So right now, going up by this first skill alone, she's going to shoot out a lot of things. That means she's very good at wave clearing, mob clearing, stuff like that, right? Very, very good here. Now, damage-wise, the barrage is kind of whatever. There's torpedoes and whatnot, but for the most part, the damage doesn't do that much. It's just very wide, so you're going to hit a lot of things with it. The more targets there are on the map, the higher damage output you're going to do overall. The second skill right here, increase firepower and reload by 15%. This is just about shy on average. 15% is high, but a lot of ships nowadays have 2 ways of getting buffs or whatever that are really good, like New Jersey, Howe, ships like that, or FDG has like 2 skills that gives like a firepower buff or something. So even though this is really high on its own, there's only 1 line of this on this whole skill list. There's only 15% firepower here, which is lacking, but it's still a good line as a solo, but it's just there needs to be more to it. Now when this ship equips a main gun that uses high explosives, increases gun ammo modifiers against light and medium armor by 15%. Now don't let this line fool you guys. Yes, you should use HE ammo for light armor bosses because obviously that's the only thing that's actually going to do damage to it. But don't use HE ammo on medium armor. If you're bringing her to like bossing or whatever and whatnot, don't use HE ammo. Use an AP gun, please, because even though you get 15% modifier, there's like a easily like 30-40 damage modifier gap between an AP gun and an HE gun when it comes to medium armor. So don't let that fool you. But if you are going against light armor stuff, then use HE ammo 100% there. And if this ship is not flagship, decreases the ship's main gun cooldowns by 50%, but decreases its main gun damage by 55%, or and it gets down to 45%. So this right here it turns her into like a Champagne. If you guys don't know what Champagne does, she fires her guns a lot because if she's off to the side or something, she shoots like 2 times before one ship goes once. So let's say a regular battleship goes around the 18-19 second mark. She shoots about maybe 9 seconds average, depending on how you gear her, but about 9 to 10 seconds. So she can shoot twice. Now, obviously, she loses out on a lot of main gun damage right here, but she gets a lot of cooldown reduction. So damage output is mainly going to be from the barrages, because the barrages right here is based on her main guns being fired. So if you fire 2 times in 20 seconds versus 1 time, you shoot off your barrage 2 more times. So again, wave clearing whatnot, right? So very good for wave clearing whatnot. This is a very powerful ship when it comes to just killing trash mobs and whatnot. But when it comes to bossing though, it may be different. And then critical damage right here, 20%. And then you have the cross fleet barrage. And then modifier buffs and whatnot. Just buffing from the other fleets or whatnot. But I know a lot of people, if you play specifically KMS, this is good for you. But for most people, I'm pretty sure you guys are running like all your core ships in like one fleet or whatever. You're not gonna get this much value from this right here. But the barrage right here is always nice to have. This is just extra right here. And then you have the 20% crit damage modifier. Now, I say this, I'm not a fan. Wait, let me just double check real quick. I'm pretty sure there's crit damage, but let me just double check. Is it crit? Yeah, it's crit damage in the game. Crit damage. Now here's the thing. Crit damage is nice, don't get me wrong, it is nice to have, but battleships in this game has no crit rate. The only crit rate buffer in this game is Bismarck, and it's only about 20%. There needs to be more crit rate modifier in order for crit damage to be very good. So if you slap on like a 20% crit damage modifier without any crit rate, this is basically useless. Pretend this is not even here. This is just extra stuff right here. This is not even like that useful. It's the stuff after that's basically what the third skill is. This cross fleet stuff. So basically, Ulrich von Hutten is working with 2 skills right here. She has her really powerful wave clearing barrage, a little bit of buff, a little bit of modifiers for HE, and then the ability to allow her to shoot very fast but half her damage, or roughly half her damage. So for using her, you just want to use her for just clearing what like trash mobs and whatnot. That's basically what you're gonna do. So good ship to pull for. Get good for just mob clearing in general. But again, even though I don't see her being like the top dog like New Jersey or whatever, she's not a bad ship. I think I've seen like a lot of people right now in discussions or whatever, and like multiple like YouTube comments in Discord saying, "Oh, Ulrich von Hutten is not that good," or whatever. Here's the thing, guys. What other battleship aside from New Jersey and I guess FDG as well too are gonna be very, very good? Exactly. So as of right now, if you guys don't know, if you want the premier battleship setup, it's basically New Jersey and friends, depending on what you want to do. It's New Jersey and 2 flex slots. So if you have 2 flex slots, that means they're not solidified. Ulrich von Hutten doesn't do that bad of damage. Now, she's not the highest damage output, and in probably 2 or 3 days, I'll go ahead and do a full test about it. She's very high up there when it comes to performance. Even though she may not be the number 1, she's still very good. So you still want to get her regardless, because what else are you going to slot in along with like New Jersey and whatnot, right? You have New Jersey, then what? Another New Jersey? You can't do that. A third New Jersey? You can't do that. Iowa, she's not out yet. Yamato, she's not out yet. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to use both. If you want like a really powerful bossing setup, you're going to want to use both. So that's the reason why you should want to pull her, because what other option is there, right? So very good ship there. Maggie right here. I think someone gave me the nickname, call her Maggie. Stat wise, normal health, regular firepower, basically general or regular light cruiser stuff. Pretty high on the torpedo whatnot, but for the most part just regular stats all around. Anti-air is really high actually, 377. I said it was low on Ulrich, but it's very high on Maggie right here. Pretty good on reload. Pretty good on evasion stuff there. Not bad. Actually not bad for like stats and whatnot. Light cruiser gun performances and whatnot, average across the board. Torpedoes and as well too. Now let's talk about her skills. When this fleet sinks a ship, increases ship damage by 6%, stacks up 4 times. So it's a combat ship, right? Now I've said this before many times. Light cruisers, even though killing mobs and whatnot is cool and all, it's whatever. it's like they're not gonna contribute that much damage output when it comes to like the higher level content and whatnot. It's not gonna do that much. Now, increases anti-air by 15%. 3 seconds after battle, chance to fire barrage or whatever, a chance to fail. And then increases firepower and torpedo. So here's the thing. She is an anti-air light cruiser. There are a lot of those in the game as of right now. But there are a lot of people that plays KMS ships only, Iron Blood ships only. So in this case, if you want to play Iron Blood only and you're stuck in World 13 for whatever reason, Maggie right here is a solid choice to bring with you. If you're playing KMS only, you're struggling in those like World 13, World 12 worlds, she's a solid bring here if you want to play KMS only. So if you want to do that, bring her in here. Let's talk about Prinz right here. So Prinz right here is 6,000 health, 300 firepower, 255 torpedoes, anti-air not terrible, reload is about average as well too. Everything else across the board average. So regular Iron Blood heavy cruiser. Iron Blood heavy cruisers have like one of the best stats overall, so not bad there. Not large. Oh wait, she can use large. Oh shoot, she can use large guns. What the freak? So large guns and heavy cruiser guns. That is an interesting setup right there. All right, 150% efficiency there. Torpedoes with 140%, anti-air is 100%. So wow, I think is that for everything? I got double check that, but that's really cool. I never noticed that she can use a large cruiser gun. I'm gonna double check real quick. I'm gonna test like. Let me look at my rune or something. Now I think this is specifically for her, unless I'm like tripping, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's interesting. A large cruiser gun. All right, accuracy 10%. Fire when fires her main gun 70%. Chance to fire the thing up. Special barrage based on skill levels. 10 seconds cooldown, but barrage in between activation. So more wave clearing stuff, accuracy, whatnot. Just regular, just what you call it, damage skill right here. Once every 20 seconds, while this ship is above 60% health, spawns shields around the ship. Last 8 seconds, negate 4% total damage. So defensive, and has a little bit of damage. Very nice. If there's any other ships afloat in your vanguard, doubles the amount of damage this shield can negate. And this ship's tanks 50% of damage your other vanguard takes up to for 8 seconds. While this ship is below 60%, the above effect will not activate. Instead, the ship's torpedo increased by 15%. So for the most part, it's like a hybrid, a tanky, somewhat DPS. Heavy cruisers have like pretty good DPS compared to light cruisers by a large margin. So if you need like just damage with durability, not a bad choice here. Let's say you're lacking like a rune or something, or a Prinz Ironrich. A lot of the Prinz right now are very good, aside from Ogun, but we'll worry about that another time. But DPS, tankiness, if you're looking for something durable and does damage, not a bad choice here. She can use a large cruiser gun as well too. That's very interesting, I gotta say. That is a very interesting kit right here. So we have Elbe next. Elbe, just your regular elite stuff. I'm not going to talk about too much elite, guys. I said it before many times. Elites are whatever to me, and I'm going to say it right now. So I don't really care too much about it. But her kit right now are just, if you like it, go for it. Good utility for just like cheap farming. But cheap farming nowadays is dead. Or like not dead, but like near dead. Because most people just run a full fleet. So you don't really want to be efficient here. So just utility, defensive, blocks your vanguard and whatnot. If you need something that's like kind of like a weaker version of Chise or Chisa from the last event, the collab event, you can use this. As for the submarine, just a regular old submarine, nothing crazy about this one, just some self buffs and whatnot and so forth. So how to rank these ships is Ulrich von Hutten. Very powerful PvE setup. Just wave clear, a lot of barrages, a lot of wave clear altogether. I think right now she's like probably the best wave clearing battleship we have in the game as of right now. That being said, works very well in just pretty much every content in the game, from campaigns 1 through 14. Very good in OS as well too for trash clearing mobs. Very solid there. But going to bossing though, I'm gonna have to test this out in a couple of days or so. But I don't see her being as good as New Jersey as expected. But I don't expect her to be that bad either. I'm gonna have to max out a second skill, whatnot. but I think she's gonna do just about above average. I don't see her doing like 400k like New Jersey does consistently in a meta 15 fights, but if she can do a consistent like 300, 320k, which I am expecting, then I think she's a pretty solid ship there. So maybe 300k I gotta see, but I think she's a solid ship. But we're gonna find out and see in 3 days. But for the most part, a very good PvE ship. May fall off in bossing a bit, but for the most part, she probably will do better than most other battleships in the game when it comes to bossing. So a good mix of both. Now Maggie right here. Like I said before, Maggie can get you through the most early game, no problem. Just like any other ship in the game. If you have the levels, you're good to go. Transitioning to end game, World 12, World 13, very good ship there. Now going into World 14 though, there's not many planes there. You want more destroyers there, so she's not going to be super good there. But she does offer a lot of anti-air for just regular old 12, 13. There's not much planes and Operation Siren as well too, but she does a decent amount of damage, I guess. If you look like this for just regular wave clearing, she's okay. She falls short compared to like some other light crews like Rika for DPS, but just for anti-air and whatnot, you're playing all KMS. You want to run you're starting a World 13, then she's a really good ship to bring here. Now, Prinz right here. A tanky, DPS-oriented heavy cruiser. If you're missing someone that's like very durable right now, you want some DPS along with it, good ship to bring. Transitioning end game, not terrible. Does a little bit, does what you want, like this tank, does damage as well too, so not a bad choice here. As for bossing and stuff though, you wouldn't want to bring her because she doesn't offer anything to the team, especially the backline, so we will say no to this. But if you want a heavy cruiser that does damage and tanky, very good choice, a solid one at that. And then LB and U12 right here, these are whatever ship. If you want the perma reload at 120, then LB is a good choice to get to 120. The other one though, it's whatever. You don't have to get it if you don't want to, but submarine is not just grab it for collection and whatnot, right? So again, we're going back to Ulrich right here. For these 5 ships, are they worth pulling or not? Ulrich, yes. Maggie, if you want KMS anti-air, you're playing KMS only, yes. Prinz, you need tanky DPS, yes. LB, if you want the perma reload, yes. The submarine, if you like her, yes. That's pretty much it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if there's any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next one.